Welcome into Paul Catalina's Top 5, brought to you by Texas Beef House. Use our promo code 365sports at texasbeefhouse.com and bidonbeef.com to get a discount at checkout. The Week 12 awards. Let's dive in. The Woo, that was close award, goes to Oregon. A 3-point win over Wisconsin, who promptly fired their offensive coordinator this week. Everybody, every elite team gets a scare. This is going to be overreacted to by a lot of people in the media and a lot of people in college football. Look, Oregon's still a fantastic team, but it goes to prove that week in and week out we see there's not a truly super elite team like 2022 Georgia anymore. Those days are probably over, given the fact that we have NIL and the transfer portal and there's free agency now. Oregon, a team that's benefited from all of that very well, still had a scare because you don't have your best stuff every time out. But the great teams, the championship teams, are able to win when they don't have their best. Oregon experienced this early in the year, and they just experienced it now with Wisconsin. But I cannot imagine the chaos had they lost to the Badgers. Number 4, the Deion Abler Award goes to Kansas this week. Would you like to know how, if you're a Deion hater, of which I am not, but if you're a person who doesn't want Deion to succeed, well, Kansas, they're the team of the week you've got to be mad at right now because they have even strengthened Colorado's position as a team that would make the Big 12 championship if the season ended today. Huge win over BYU. Look, BYU was playing fast and loose in these close games. Eventually you're going to lose one. Shouldn't change your opinion about them. They're 9-1 and still very worthy of playoff consideration and will still, if they win the next two, be in the Big 12 championship game. Number 3, the Desmond Howard is Wrong Award goes to Arizona State. Look, I don't want to get personal here, but a few years ago at the Super Bowl in New Orleans, Desmond Howard was sitting at the table right next to us. We very kindly asked him if he had 10 minutes to do an interview because he was just sitting there waiting. He very rudely said no. And I could go into several other times. So when he does something that makes him clownish, I don't get upset. So the other day during college game day, they decided to pick Arizona State versus Kansas State. On the surface, to somebody who knows what they're doing, 7-2 versus 7-2 should be a game in a power conference that you're picking. And he said, why are we picking this game? I guess I'll go with Kansas State. No analysis, nothing ever. Well, guess what? Kenny Dillingham and the Sun Devils showed him why you should start watching them as they went in and beat a good Kansas State team at their place and was up 21-0 at half. Now, granted, the second half, Kansas State's defense locked it down, but Arizona State's defense played just well enough to keep them from coming back and secured a big win. And Arizona State's a player in the Big 12. In year 1 or year 2 or whatever they are, year 1, I get confused. There's so many teams coming in and out. But after last year of just being abysmal, not having a bowl game to play in, now Kenny Dillingham's got them playing well above where we all thought they would be. So congratulations to Arizona State, and thank you for making Desmond Howard look like a clown again. Number 2, the Thanos Award goes to Georgia. What happens if Georgia gets a third loss? Oh, my God. Don't worry about it. They just went out and beat Tennessee. And beat them, fair enough. It was a close game, but Georgia looked better that entire game. They found their sea legs again, and here they are, back again, inevitable, like Georgia seems to always be. Now, they do have a couple tough games down the stretch, where at least one, Georgia Tech is not to be trifled with. Just ask Miami on that one. And number 1, the You Better Watch Out Award goes to Brian Kelly. Look, they're not firing him anytime soon. He's got a massive buyout. Massive buyout. But the last couple of weeks have shown you that LSU was a little bit of smoke and mirrors. And before Garrett yells out the worst curse words you can imagine, I'm going to finish this up. But Brian Kelly has to get things straight in Baton Rouge. He is sitting on a gold mine of talent available to him in the Southeast. He's sitting on a program that it's really easy to get guys to, and Bryce Underwood, that one better hold. Looks like it's going to, but they've got to start building a team that's good on both sides of the ball and at the same time, because that has been the case for most of his tenure at LSU. That's going to do it for the top 5, and that's going to do it for 365 Sports, but Smokey must officially end the show.